Welcome to Jets Game Day presented by Audi. Here's your host, Eric Allen.
Welcome into Jets Game Day. Eric Allen alongside Bart Scott. As always, who is this bearded creature that you brought to the set today?
Well, this is a new supermodel that's been going around. He just, happens to know a lot about football, but he's coming in to help us out today.
Yeah, a little bit about football.
Welcome back, Nick Mangold. We have missed you. All right, you are our international traveler, Mr. Mangold. Let's get into our film right now. Presented by Moody's, as always, the Jets are going over to London and facing a very prolific Minnesota Vikings attack.
Yeah, let's look at this Vikings offense here. And we're looking with Minnesota, they take what you give them. And if you have an aggressive defense like Green Bay is doing here, especially with this blitzing linebacker, what are they going to do? One-on-one football, let's hit them with the screen, all right? And that's what they do. They get it. Center gets one, gets two, and you pop that out. You're in the red zone. This is first down. This is 2nd and 7. They get the first down. Now they're at 1st and 7, 4 tries at the end zone. That's a good spot to be.
Aaron Jones, one of the best dual threats out of the backfield in the NFL. You also have to account for a big-time weapon on the outside. That's Justin Jefferson.
You do. And you see him here. They motion him across so they know what they're getting, right? They know exactly where Justin's going to be, who's covering him. And Sam, he puts a beautiful ball here, all right? So this is going to be tough on our defense. And I got to tell you, I don't know what Green Bay's doing because they're doubling a tight end instead of doubling, maybe the best receiver in football. But with this ball being thrown, Sauce is going to have to be on his game because this is back shoulder. This is a thing of beauty.
Sam Darnold leads the National Football League with 11 touchdown passes, but he's going to be facing a very good defense in the New York Jets. The last 2 quarterbacks they faced had less than 75 yards passing, and I think one of the best Jets through 4 games has been Quincy Williams.
Yeah, Quincy has done a great job in stepping up in relief of C.J. Mosley. He's going to have to be on his details this week as the opponent's going to get better and also the execution from the opposing offense is going to be better. Sam Darnold's playing at a high level. Once we put the film up, we'll see that what the great thing about Quincy is he's not afraid to believe his eyes. As you see right here, this is one of those plays where they're trying to distort your vision. Right here you have a pulling player. Whenever you have a pulling player, whether it's a guard tackle, Nick knows that you can't really go backside because you're blocking back on the near side. So Quincy sees it. He sees what he believes what his eyes are telling him. He confirms it with his feet, and then he pulls the trigger when it's time to go in and make the hit. Now, if you go down to the next play, once again you see right here, big bro, little bro, the dynamic duel, the Williams brothers, playing off of each other. Now this is amazing right here because usually you get a block back, but it's usually you're out of the play. But Quentin does a great job in bending that corner, really tight and getting involved in the play and almost making the tackle. This is elite play right here. Now this is double pullers, so they're trying to change the math on the front side. Quincy understands that, comes down, rips, gets skinny, comes out and finishes off, what his brother started. This is a way to play, together, but also playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, which is always a win for the defense. That's what you want to be. You have to play on your terms, and you have to get penetration and play downhill.
Quincy Williams he's so sudden and also pound for pound. I would say he's the biggest hitter in the National Football League.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you can make a great case. But also, with that being said, you see all the good things that are happening, but they're still not on a complete string because there's other technical things that can happen there that could have made that play even more dynamic. And you're going to need that type of consistency when you're going against an offense that's playing at a high level. You can't have the highs and lows. Everybody has to be on their details and understand what's expected so that you can continue to play fast.
Styles make fights. It's so interesting when you're talking about the Vikings coming off a big-time victory over a division rival in the Green Bay Packers. The Jets, they're going to be looking to get back in the win column after what happened last week against the Broncos.
Definitely are, and they're going to be hot. They should be fired up, ready to go. I know there's a lot of travel involved, and it's going to be a fun trip for them, but it's a business trip. They got to get it done.
Coming up, we're going to put Jets receiver Mike Williams under the spotlight.
Brought to you by Moody's, proud partner of the New York Jets. Welcome back to Jets Game Day, presented by Audi.
Rodgers takes the snap, looks right, throws right, sideline for Mike Williams. Makes the catch, gets hammered out of bounds. In the red zone, did he get 2 feet down? The officials, I believe, say yes.
All right, Mike, Robert Saleh said you're no longer on a pitch count anymore. How has your...
Did it?
Yeah. How has your body been feeling as you have gotten more playing time?
It's been good. Obviously, the ACL, not doing OTAs, training camp, everything like that. But, these last few weeks been pretty good. Been kind of building up, getting better every week. Excited for it, ready to make plays.
How much more comfortable do you feel like you have gotten in this offense, but also with Aaron Rodgers as these kind of last few weeks have gone on?
Well, my main thing was just building the trust when the ball come our way, make a play. Obviously, a quarterback wants somebody he can depend on. So me just, wherever he put the ball at, just trying to make a play on it and, keep the drives going. So for me, just taking advantage of it. I'm getting some opportunities to make plays. He giving me opportunities, so don't look away from it. Just attack them and keep going.
We have to talk about that one play that you had against the Broncos where it was the toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you are going so full speed through a moment, how do you make sure you know where you are on the field and you know that you get both feet down? Because when you stood up, you looked like, oh, for sure, I knew I got it.
When the ball in the air, I kind of zone out. I don't really see too much around me. I just see the football, and I know where I'm at on the field, so I just kind of let my feet die. But yeah, I knew it was a catch. I was celebrating, and I see everybody trying to do a hurry up play, and I'm like, I know it's a catch. I'm out of bounds. The clock don't stop while we hurrying up. But yeah, I kind of knew that I caught the ball though.
So we've seen you make a lot of plays on those 50-50 balls that you're kind of known for, making more 80-20.
Yeah.
What is a part of your game that's maybe underrated that you have been either hasn't been on display yet or you're still building back towards?
I don't know. I just feel like when you get somewhere and you do something so good, people just kind of look at you as that. But I feel like I can do a lot more than that. Caught a slant a couple games ago, first time getting the opportunity took advantage of it. So I feel like the more, I get comfortable and everybody see what I can do, I feel like we can just build more of that. But yeah, I feel like I can run a lot of routes in the route tree. So whenever they come my way, just do it and show everybody I can do it.
There's a lot of change this year for you. New team, not only that, but you're still coming back from that ACL that you had last year. How are you managing all of that different change at once and making the most of the opportunities, as you've said?
It was different for sure. It was kind of tough, being in a spot your whole career and then having an injury and then knowing what you can do, but obviously, it's a business, stuff can happen. And so I got released and then coming across the country somewhere else, new faces, I built a lot of relationships with the team I've been to previously, friends that always be friends, and then just making a whole transition through an injury. That was probably the most difficult thing, doing rehab somewhere and then having to stop that to come somewhere in the middle of the rehab and start fresh. But yeah, it's been a good process. I like it. I love it here. So just continue to build, get better every week, and have fun.
You guys are going across the pond to London for a Vikings matchup. What are you most looking forward to with that matchup?
I played against the Vikings last year. Pretty good team, pretty good defense, secondary pretty good, added some new pieces. Defensive coordinator like to switch things up, bring some pressure, things like that. They have a pretty good safety back there who they trust and, make the calls, pretty smart. So we just gotta, lock in what we lock in on, control our controllables and, just play fast and physical.
What is the next step that you wanna see yourself take? As in this next game, you want to see yourself do what?
Well, just, I don't know. I expect greatness every time I step on the field for myself. So for me, there's whatever opportunity I get, whatever opportunity presents itself, take advantage of it. Don't let it, slip by. I know what I'm capable of. I'm capable of doing in this league. So every chance I get, just, go out there and be myself.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, Mike.
So appreciate you.
This exclusive interview was presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit AudiOffers.com for more information.
Great stuff, Caroline. I really like what Mike Williams adds to this offense. Against the Broncos, he averaged 16.8 yards a catch.
I mean, and that's so on brand for him, with him providing a huge catch radius, but more verticality and more speed than Allen Lazard. So he's kind of like a blend of a big receiver, but also a vertical receiver as well that adds a great element to this offense.
Let's dive into the film right now.
Let's dive into it, and we take a look here. He is out on the outside here, right up here on your screen. And what this highlights is his ability to find the hole in the defense, right? So he is able to get outside this corner, settle it down, throttle it. Right there, you see him kind of throttle down and not get a little ahead. And Aaron puts the ball exactly where it needs to be before the safety can get there, makes the catch. It's a thing of beauty. Now, the next play we want to highlight is being able to get back to the quarterback when he needs him. So this play breaks down on us, all right? And as we're going here, you see that, there's a little pressure up front in Aaron's face. He has to get out of the pocket, and we see at the bottom here, he's going to continue this way in the way that the direction that Aaron's going, same direction, gets himself open, finds the hole, makes the catch, and it's a big play.
Those are two veterans at work. You see Rodgers with the mobility and Mike Williams being in tune, working his way across the field and giving him a target.
Exactly, and that's exactly what you want to see out of a wide receiver.
Coming up, we're going to go inside the locker room to find out what the Jets are saying about this weekend's matchup against the Minnesota Vikings.
The Jets are playing in London for the third time in franchise history and the first time since 2021, which was Robert Saleh's first year as head coach. Everyone prepares for games and long trips differently, and this time around, Saleh feels more prepared to put the Jets in a position to hit the ground running.
I feel like we have a really good plan from a sleep standpoint, but so we are making some changes. It's my 5th trip there, so there's a lot of banked history and things that we're trying this year to see if we can be a little bit better and more efficient to start the game.
The Jets have 10 players on their active roster who are on the team for the last trip across the pond. One of them is cornerback Michael Carter II, who was a rookie at the time. This time, he feels more adequately prepared because of the Jets' beginning of their 2024 schedule, which saw them play in 3 games in 11 days and in 3 time zones.
I know this is a little bit more extreme as far as time zone wise, but I think we're prepared just from everything that we've gone through the first 4 weeks of the season, and then getting ready for this week, and then all that stuff.
There are several veterans on the team who haven't played or even been to London, including cornerback DJ Reed. Reed, who was a part of a Jets defense that held Vikings All-Pro wide receiver Justin Jefferson to 45 yards on 7 catches when these teams last met in 2022, isn't sure what to expect in terms of acclimating to the 5-hour time difference.
I got no specific advice, but just adapting just for myself, just with my treatment program. I know that, our staff, we're bringing people over to do acupuncture and treatment stuff, so I'm looking forward to that because I thought it was going to, just basically, we're going to just fly there and it is what it is, but they're going to have treatment guys for us to get ready for the game.
Not only are the Jets preparing for a different time zone, also preparing for a different environment, and Carter II is looking forward to playing in front of a different crowd in a few hours.
There's not just going to be Vikings and Jets jerseys. There's going to be, jerseys from probably all teams with their favorite players and everything like that. And they're just, happy to be there and excited to cheer us on. So, I'm excited to go back over there.
Let's get into our great debate. We are presented by HCL Tech as always. Garrett Wilson will be the Jet to break out against the Vikings. Minnesota, worse than the NFL defending the pass statistically.
Yeah, I would think that's a good bet. We have to get Garrett Wilson rolling. We know how good the talent is. It's been tough. He's been seeing a lot of 2 shells, safeties, help over the top. And with Mike Williams and actually Allen Lazard, it's going to be important that the run game get established so if he gets those one-on-one matchups.
So the Vikings are giving up 274 yards per game through the air. You went to the Ohio State University, and you're going to be on the other side of this debate?
Homer.
Listen, as much as I don't want to be, I got to go against my guy. And, defenders, they like the passes and, all this stuff, the defense guys. Offense, ground and pound, right? Braylon Allen.
Oh, you stayed in the Big Ten at least.
Exactly. Wisconsin.
Okay.
Wisconsin.
Well, why, Allen?
Why? Because this kid, so I was here in August watching practice, and it wasn't his running that impressed me, it was his blitz pickup. And for a rookie to be able to come in with the big boy football and stick his nose in there and pick up a blitz in the middle of an offensive line showed me that he's got that moxie.
All right, so quickly, the Minnesota Vikings are going to come at you with the blitz.
Yes.
What does that mean for both of your guys here, starting with Wilson?
I mean, when we watched our film study early on, we saw like a bit of the pony package, right? They were by Minnesota, and it turned into a screen pass. Why not give them a bit of a dose of their own medicine by being able to get our pony package out there? That way, if Brees swings, he's going to draw a lot of attention. I think you have to slow that team down and make them play honest.
And this is what I'm saying, where it's not going to show up on the stat sheet, right? Because no one ever says, oh, he had 5 blitzes picked up. Like, that's not a stat. But it's going to show up by getting your guy, right, my Ohio State brethren, the ball if the blitz is picked up. And I think Allen's going to do that for us.
All right, that was a friendly debate. Coming up, we're going to get Nick and Bart's game predictions.
This was presented by the official digital transformation partner of the New York Jets, HCL Tech, supercharging progress. Get 100% verified tickets to every upcoming game at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Jets and the NFL.
Let's get into our predictions right now, presented by the New York Lottery. Starting with you, Bart. Aaron Jones will have at least 110 combined yards against a stingy Jets defense.
Yeah, I believe he will. Okay. I mean, because I feel like you have to use all your resources in stopping Justin Jefferson. I think that's the person that you have to make sure that you stop. Because if you give up those big plays, then you can find yourself behind the 8 ball pretty early in the game. So I think you're going to have to maybe have some light boxes because that safety can't take the risk of isolating anybody. I understand that we have Sauce and DJ Reed, but you have to give the proper respect to the best receiver in football.
Yeah, Jordan Addison is getting some contributions as well. How about, speaking of Aaron's, let's go Aaron Rodgers. He will reach the 60,000 career mark in Q2. He needs 96 yards.
I will take that one, yes. I think Q2, he'll have that. I think this is the opportunity that we are looking for with Garrett Wilson to really have a breakout year and have Aaron throwing him the ball. And I think the second quarter of the season, which starts this week, will be the big jump for him.
All right, let's flip it to the Vikings passing game. Justin Jefferson will be held without a touchdown.
No, that's asking a lot. It depends on how much resources you allocate to him, but that opens up. I don't see this being a low-scoring game. I see this being a game that you're going to have to win. You're going to have to put up 31 points to get the W.
So you're saying no on that?
No, I'm saying I believe that he's going to get it.
Okay.
That's a lot to ask for anybody.
Sam Darnold's had at least 2 touchdown passes in every game. He won't have 2 touchdowns against the Jets.
I think when you're staring down Justin Jefferson, that's a guaranteed touchdown happening, and then you just need one more. I think it's probably going to be 2. I think while the defense is playing very strong, I think Minnesota's offense is really rolling right now.
Wow, you gentlemen are surprising me. This is a matchup of 2 teams giving up less than 16 points a game, but both the Jets and the Vikings will score more than 20.
I mean, I just said that in total. I think first team to 31 has a real chance in winning. I see this being a close game, but I see the experience of Aaron Rodgers and maybe some of the guys that have played overseas, maybe having the advantage just slightly.
So final thoughts here. Jets 2-2, Vikings 4-0. You got a chance to knock somebody from the ranks of the unbeaten. But big picture, you got Buffalo coming to your place Monday night, too. So this is an interesting 2-game stretch.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. And I think the Jets here, as the Jets ambassador to the UK, I just want to get that plug in. I think we have the experience of going over there as an organization, and I think we know what we're doing. And I think our veteran leadership will be able to help us get the win this weekend.
It's got to help that you have Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
It does. And you talk about experience is key. I don't know how many games Aaron Rodgers has overseas, but he's a guy that understands the situation, and he's a man on a mission. I think he gets this team right, and I think this team will be motivated after the disappointing performance the week before. I think they play up to their competition.
London is calling for the New York Jets. They'll take on the Vikings here in a couple hours. For Bart Scott and Nick Mangold and everybody here at One Jets Drive, enjoy your football Sunday.